distinguished audience here. What a good luck for me, what an honor to work, first of all, in the city that I live in and I love, which is Milano, but also to work for Vanke and Mr. Vanke, was, I think, one of the really visionary leaders in development of cities in the 21st century. So this is not an ordinary project in an Expo. I was very fortunate, and let me share with you some of the thoughts that went into making it. As it was pointed out, it's not an idea, it's a building under construction. It's not a big building, it's certainly not as big as China, but it's a microcosm of ideas that come to connect China and Italy, to connect European culture and the great Chinese culture together in a space that can only speak in the language of architecture. So of course, feeding the planet energy for life is the slogan of the Expo. But I wondered, feeding the planet energy for life, what is life? You know, Confucius, Lao Tzu, the great Italian thinkers of the Renaissance, thought about life as being more than biology. Life is also the life of culture, the life of the human spirit. That's what the project is about. It's of course about sustainability, economy, progress, modernization, urbanization, but ultimately it is about the spiritual lifting up of human beings between the earth and the sky. And I started with this kind of intuition, a sketch that I developed from my love for the theme of this expo, which has to do with shared experience, which is the most fundamental of all, the Shitang. Chinese culture, which is so deep that we cannot really say something banal about it, but let me put it this way. We are standing on a piazza here, in Palazzo Marino. The piazza has a statue of Leonardo da Vinci, who invented as many things almost as were invented already in China, and we are across the street from La Scala, the great musical institution. That's the range of ideas that go into the notion of the inspiration of the Chinese landscape, and particularly Chinese painting, because Chinese painting is something that I've always admired, always was inspired, even before this project, and many years before I became a student of architecture. And of course, these Chinese paintings are poetry itself that speaks to the land and speaks to the spirit of human beings. And you can see that the development of land is also invention, artistic, scientific, human. This is part of the sense of how you transmit these notions through a drawing that can become actually a building. And we know that organization of the earth is really sort of the reason we are here and why we can be here in the future if we take care of the scarce resources that are threatening the planet with extinction. So I created a project that is really for people. It's about people. You know, it's not about architecture. It's not about the space. Who are the citizens of the world? What are the celebrations? What is the common sense of being in a public space, in a three-dimensional piazza? That's really what the world is about. And this form of the building is kind of a microcosm of bringing these thoughts, ancient thoughts, contemporary thoughts, thoughts of Leonardo, thoughts of Confucius, together into a harmony that has to do with elevating the spirit experience to an exhibition that will really mirror an adventure that this building, I think, will provide for audiences to learn about what the Expo is trying to do and what is the theme. You can see in the plan of the Expo, the building takes the form of that spiral, which of course connects and is in a very strategic position between the different gates of the Expo itself, at a very strategic point, really on a route that everyone will take across the corridor, the Comanos, with all the different gates. And of course, it is a building that is also a pavilion, a very important pavilion with the China corporate pavilion and with the China pavilion. The Vanke pavilion will stand right at the lake. And it is really a landscape, it is a three-dimensional piazza, it is an exhibition space, it is also an object for meditation. So, what is it? I developed it sort of like the growth of an organism, a growth of something in the soil, into the sky. You can see from the bottom up the plants. They're kind of organic. They take place from the ground level, which is the exhibition space. You can see that the surface spaces, the guest VIP levels, roof, and spectacular celebration space are all interconnected through a form that is difficult to describe in words, but is a form that is really inspired by the many things that I just mentioned.
And just to give you the sort of diagram program of the exhibition, then we go to the support and service spaces, we go to the mechanical mezzanine, we go to the guest services, the VIP pavilion, we're going to the roof garden, and of course we have many different routes from the entry to the roof gardens, and also from the roof gardens down to the piazza and to the lake. So it is an urban experience of people, of sharing something fundamental, of being together, and of creating a sense of place that, of course, has to have an entrance. As you see on the top, the exhibition, which Ralph Appelman, a brilliant Siski movie, defines just after this. But you can see as you exit the shop, you've got the many stairs, the accessibility to the project. The interior will be an adventure in itself. As you move upwards, you will see places that welcome people for meetings, the lounge, lobbies, dinners, and so on. And then as you ascend upwards, you will reach the level of the roof deck, and also there will be a kitchen and dining as well. So you'll be able from this point really to sit on the deck and observe the beauty of Milan, the beauty of the fair itself, and also the notion that it's about water, it's about earth, it's about people who have come together to celebrate and exchange ideas and questions about the future of the planet. Here it is. It's a very dramatic form. It's a sculptural form, really designed with the light of Milan. Very often the skies are not just blue skies, so it takes advantage of that form. It's also created by something that I designed myself with Casagrande, Italian company, a new metallized porcelain ceramic tile that relates to Chinese history as well, which is eco-sustainable. It cleans itself, it's self-cleaning, it's high resistance, it's low maintenance, it has all the ecological qualities that we want a building of the 21st century to have. And at the same time, we want to create a sense of an experience, a sense of transcendence of these questions, to really meditate on where we are with the Italian community, Italian pavilions from around the world, all around us, to meet people, to get in touch with the world, and at the end, to celebrate really the resilience, I would say, of the human spirit. I know there are many pessimistic predictions of the future, but I'm a believer that the human spirit has overcome so many obstacles, and that with Vanke, as a company that is interested in people, not only in buildings, here at Milan, a city that is great, inspiring, both traditional and modern. And so I want to thank the mayor, I want to thank my friend Giuseppe Sala, I want to thank Vanke and everybody who worked on this project, and Ralph Appelman. It's not easy to describe in words, but if you could describe it in words, you wouldn't need to do architecture. Thank you very much.